Another very interesting way to look at this principle of mathematical induction, or to remember it, is through this process of knocking down a sequence of dominoes. Let's assume that these dominoes are labeled starting from 1, 2, 3, and so on. And all of these dominoes have been arranged in a way such that if we knock down the first one, then it will hit the second one, and so on. All of them will knock down. So principle of mathematical induction is kind of based on this technique. It involves establishing that the proposition that we are proving is true for n equals 1. Or in terms of this analogy, we try to establish, or we are able to show, that the first domino has been knocked down. And then we try to establish that the statement is true for k plus 1, while assuming that it is true for p of k, or k for n equals k. So assuming that the propositional function is true for a smaller value of n, and using this fact to establish that it is true for the next value of n, is the inductive step of mathematical induction. In terms of this dominoes example, it means that if we have knocked down the previous domino, then it will be able to knock down the next domino. Okay. So if we assume that these two steps in the proof are taken care of, or we are able to establish these two rules, then it's safe to assume that all the dominoes can be knocked over. Or in other words, that the proposition is true for all positive integers n.